Hello, and welcome to the Tensai Show, where we discuss everything about raising genius kids. My name is Chris, and I'm your host today. And today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, which is what your child remembers, right? And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in this session because it's so important that we understand. The question I'm going to ask you is, how would you describe with your child? You describe what your child, puts in his brain. How do you describe the things that I'm doing? Right? I want you to actually go back right now to your own childhood. Think about your parents. What is the one moment with your parent that you remember most clearly right now? Not, the general feeling. Can you think deeply and think about your favorite childhood memories that actually include your parents? Right? Can you think about that? You see, I ask this question in most parent sessions that I run, especially like when it has to do with your relationship with your child, and the answers are always the same, right? It's never what the parents expect. It's never the happy moments. It's never the times when the parents think it would be. Nobody says I remember when my parents paid my school fees. Nobody says I remember the brand of my school uniform. Nobody says I remember how clean the house was. Nobody says I remember that my mother worked well. You know what? They remember moments, small, specific emotional moments. Like the time their dad carried them on the shoulder and they were playing with his bed, the time their mom sang them a song before bed, the time maybe the whole family laughed at dinner, or the time your mom showed up unexpectedly at a school event, or maybe when their parents apologized to them, or the time they felt seen. Children, they form core memories from big events, but from emotional micro moments. And research backs this up completely. So a child who feels emotionally connected to their parents for just 10 focused minutes builds more emotional security than a child who gets expensive gifts, nice holidays, and the best school, but no real presence. Presence. Presence is so important, right? I'll say this: 10 minutes of real presence, it beats provision. I know that, yes, your child needs provision, but trust me, your child doesn't remember what you bought them. They remember how you make them feel. And so let me tell you what children don't remember. They don't remember the shoes, the kind of shoes they wore as a kid. They don't remember whether the house was perfectly clean. They don't remember how long you worked. You don't remember the name of the extra lesson teacher that you got, unless they really love the lesson teacher, right? They remember whether you were there. They remember whether you were there. And what I mean when you are there, I don't mean physically. I mean present. I mean actually emotionally present. Not just that you are there and you're just being a dad or a mom. They actually remember when you came, right? And that distinction between physical presence and emotional presence is everything. Because if you are home every evening, but you are always on your phone, you're not present, though, right? A parent who gets home at 8 p.m. but spends 20 focus minutes with their child before bed is present. Presence is not about time, it's about attention, right? Now, how many of you are working yourself to exhaustion right now to provide for your children, but you can't remember the last time you sat on the floor and played with them? Or the last time you had a real conversation that was not about logistics? You are providing everything except yourself. And yourself is there they need the most. And so if this is you, I need you to be aware that you're not being present. It's not shame. I'm not doing this to shame you. I'm saying so you can actually understand that, oh, there's something you should be doing, right? And so let me give you the 3 memory building practices. Let me give you the 3. There are 3, right? The things that you can start doing today that cost 0 naira and they create the moments your child will carry into adulthood. And so the first thing that you need to do is, number 1, schedule 10 minutes. 10 minutes of undivided attention daily. I mean undivided. Literally undivided. Right? Your phone is in the other room, not on silent, not face down. It's separate. Right? you sit with your child and you ask about their world. You don't ask about how was school. You ask about what are they thinking about? What is funny to them? What are they worried about? What do they want to play with? Do this for 10 minutes every day. That's it. The second practice, the second way you can also do this is by what we call physical affection. So hug your child every single day. Every day, even the teenager who pretends that they don't want it, especially the teenager who pretends that they don't want it. Physical touch communicates so much safety in a way that words can't. A hug says, you belong here, you're my child, in a language that bypasses every defense mechanism. And Nigerian culture sometimes treats physical affection as soft. It treats it as soft. It is not soft, it is foundational. And the third practice is make a big deal out of the small things. Make a big deal out of the small things. Not just the A on the test, the small things. You put your plate away without being asked. Notice and tell them, I saw how you did that. That's so, that was very responsible of you. Give me a high. I saw you help your sister without me telling you to. That was very kind. Or you stayed calm when your brother annoyed you. That takes you straight. You're a strong boy. Those small acknowledgements, they tell your child that you are paying attention, that you see them. It's so important because most of the time, it is in those daily little habits. It is in those daily little habits that you are able to see what is currently going on. And so when I work with parents, I try to get them to see this, which is why I'm sharing it with you, that when you do these three things, you're going to start seeing a lot of results, especially like in terms of the bond you have with your kids. And so you're very simple. Create one small time. Like I said, start today. It doesn't, in Igbo, they say, if you start today, you started early. And so start today, put your phone in another room and sit with your child. Do whatever they want to do. Not what you think is productive. Don't try to start making it educational. This is the problem. Stop trying to make it educational. Do what they want. Play a game, draw, build something, talk about nonsense, let them lead, let them yap. And tomorrow, do it all over again. You will come to realize that that's actually one of the most peaceful times that you will have in your home. You come to realize that your children are precious and that every moment that you don't spend with them, you are losing something. And that this time that you have right now is extremely limited. There's going to come a time when these children are going to grow up and you won't have it anymore. And so go ahead and do this. I hope that this helped you. And if you know a parent who definitely needs to hear this, send them this episode. A friend, a spouse, a parent, send them this. If your husband works too much, your wife works too much and doesn't spend time, take this episode and send it to them. They will need it. Thank you very much for staying to the end. I hope that this was very actionable and you can go ahead and implement this. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same session. Have a great evening.